A vision for how London could be reimagined for wildlife and people is presented through postcards from the future depicting typical city spaces, rewilded to form pocket parks, tiny forests, wild play streets and wild belts, all connected by green and blue ways into a citywide habitat network. A time-travelling Londoner reads a message from each postcard describing the scene. London, 2041. Monday, Kensington High Street. I'm visiting our city in the future. Today I'm checking out a pocket park. I can remember when this space was a soulless clothes shop with offices above, before so many people began working from home. Now it's a green haven on the high street for those workers and shoppers that remain. The walls are cloaked in lush ivy, jasmine and honeysuckle, dotted with bird boxes and insect hotels. People relax on cafe tables surrounded by planters filled with lavender and rosemary in the sunny spots and ferns in the shadier areas. All around me I can hear the cheeping sparrows, whistling starlings and buzzing bumblebees this attracts, cancelling out the few electric vehicles that pass by outside. Tuesday, the Brunswick. I couldn't wait to see my first tiny forest, a patch of tennis court-sized mixed woodland where once had been a monotonous concrete-paved square. Now residents of the flats above overlook and cinema-goers meander through a teeming ecosystem that changes with the seasons. The trees provide welcome shade in our invariably hot summers and soak up downpours in our wet winters. I hired some binoculars on the gallery level for a closer look at a drumming woodpecker, singing great tit and foraging squirrel. I spoke to some of the older people who've been coming here for years to feed the pigeons and are amazed by the huge variety of bird life they can now enjoy. Wednesday, Muswell Hill. I'm seeing an old friend today whose street, like so many throughout the suburbs, has been transformed into a natural play park. A crocodile of children hops along the log stepping stones, occasionally tumbling onto the bark-cushioned ground to discover mini-beasts, or pointing skywards at the cry of a red kite. Their parents watch from benches containing log piles for beetles and leaf piles for hedgehogs. We've stopped to eat some apples picked from the communal orchard, planted in containers that have replaced car parking bays and double as bicycle racks. Frogs and yellow flag irises are thriving in the linear rain garden that soaks up stormwater before it reaches the houses. Thursday, Saffron Green Meadows. I'm hiking part of the Wild Belt Trail that has turned the former Green Belt into a paradise for family days out, outdoor pursuits and some impressive big fauna. I've stopped to rest in one of the sculptural habitat towers that punctuate the route and offer panoramic views over the rewilded landscape and back to the National Park City. This tower is aimed at bats, with crevices where different species can roost, and meadows beneath to attract the moths they feed on after dusk. In the distance I've been lucky enough to spot the elusive wolves that were reintroduced to rebalance the ecosystem, and an excited group on a wildlife safari said they'd seen a majestic lynx. Friday, River Thames. I've been using the slow ways to get around, on foot or by electric bicycle. The green ways with their nectar-rich flowers, native trees and birdsong have been tranquil places to commute through or pause to people-watch. Now I'm exploring the blue ways, revived waterways that intersect the city. Cruising along a canal, I notice the edges have been naturalised with aquatic plants that filter pollutants, shelter nesting ducks and attract elegant dragonflies. The Thames is now so clean it supports otters, salmon, seahorses and seals. In the suburbs, rivers are once again engineered by beavers preventing flooding, while creating habitat for many other species and pools for wild swimming. Sunday, the Chiltern Hills. I've spent the weekend touring the home counties. Wildlife-friendly farming that avoids chemicals and reinstates ponds, hedges and field margins is benefiting hares, turtle doves and insects. Sensitive woodland management using native tree species, coppicing and natural predators to limit deer is helping wildflowers, dormice and woodpeckers. Moorland management with wild ponies and rangers has helped hen harriers and foxes. Sustainable fishing practices and water quality enforcement have cleaned up the beaches for terns, white-tailed eagles and orcas. Country villages have been retrofitted with meadow verges, habitat boxes and ponds, bringing back house martins and butterflies. Wish you were here. To find out more about how we use these postcards to engage people, visit www.rewildmystreet.org or @rewildmystreet on YouTube, Instagram and X.